All right, today we're going to dive into a pretty big deal. Executive Order 142117. The title itself, Commencing the Reduction, tells you a lot. It's all about a plan to shrink the federal government. But, that first word, commencing, that's where the real story is, and we're going to see why. So, right from the jump, Section 1 throws down the gauntlet. It lays out this really powerful mission statement talking about a dramatic reduction in the size of the government. And they tie this goal to some huge ideas, cutting waste, boosting the economy. So, what you have to realize is this isn't just about tweaking a budget. Nope. It's a full-on statement of political philosophy, and it sets the stage for everything else in the order. Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of what's on the chopping block, let's just do a quick refresher. What exactly is an executive order? Well, you can think of it like a direct command from the president. It's a tool they use to manage the federal government and has the full force of law. It's basically how a president can make policy happen and happen fast. All right, moving on. This order doesn't waste any time. It gets right down to business. And it starts by targeting 4 specific federal entities for reduction. So the big question is, who's up first? And this first list, wow, it's pretty interesting just because of how varied it is. I mean, look at this. You've got the Presidio Trust. That's a group that manages a national park out in San Francisco. Then you have 2 foundations that are all about international development aid, one for Latin America, one for Africa. And then there's the United States Institute of Peace. So you're seeing a mix of everything here: domestic land management, foreign policy, diplomacy, and they're all being told to scale back to the absolute bare minimum the law requires. And get this, the order doesn't just point fingers. It lays out a super fast 2-step process to make sure things actually happen. Step 1, the heads of these 4 groups, they've got just 2 weeks, 14 days to report on how they're complying. And at the same time, the Office of Management and Budget, the OMB, is told to basically turn off the money faucet for any funding requests that don't fit with this new reduction plan. It's like a pincer movement, designed to be fast and have a real impact. Okay, so we've gone from entire agencies, and now the order starts to drill down even deeper into specific programs. In this next phase, it really targets the infrastructure of the federal workforce itself, stuff that's managed by the Office of Personnel Management. And here, we're talking about 2 pretty long-standing programs that are slated for elimination. First, you've got the federal executive boards. These things have been around since 1961. Their whole job was to get federal offices in big cities to cooperate with each other. Then there's the Presidential Management Fellows Program. This is, or was, a really prestigious way for people with advanced degrees to get into public service careers. The order says, nope, shut them both down. Completely.
But wait, there's more. The order's reach keeps on extending. Now it's going after a bunch of advisory committees. The groups of experts that give guidance to different federal agencies.
And this table here, it really shows you just how wide a net this order is casting. I mean, just look at the list. We're seeing advisory groups getting cut from USAID. That's foreign aid. Then you have financial watchdogs like the CFPB and the FDIC. And it even includes committees that were looking into huge public health issues like long COVID and health equity. So what does this tell us? It suggests a move to streamline not just how the government operates, but also where it gets its advice from in the first place. And this is where it all comes full circle, right back to that title we talked about, Commencing the Reduction. It's becoming really clear that these first cuts, they aren't the end of the story. The order actually builds in a process to find more places to cut. It's designed to be an ongoing thing. And this timeline, it just drives home how aggressive the pace is here. We already talked about that crazy 14-day deadline for the first round. But check this out. Within just 30 days, top presidential assistants have to come up with a brand new list of more things to terminate. So yeah, this is definitely not a one-and-done deal. It's built to be a sustained campaign, a continuous reduction. So that leaves us with this final thought, doesn't it? By naming this order Commencing the Reduction, the signal is crystal clear. This is just the beginning. These actions we've just walked through, they're not the final act. They're just the opening chapter in what could be a much, much bigger story. Which really makes you wonder, what's next on the list?